All right, let's get on to oil. Now, I just went and ate some lunch, and now the market's down 57 points. So, again, it's difficult for me to say anything. It's midday for me, but it's only 2 o'clock in the morning for most of you guys. Yeah, so, again, all this is, look at oil. Oil's tanking back down to 66.77, which is extremely frustrating. We're down 3% today. I went to the news. I went to CNBC, and I don't see any news. Like, this is just like they're just tanking the market, and I don't see anything that's like no reason for it to be tanking. Now, again, like I said, I'm out of the country, so I could have missed something last week, but I don't know. I'm not seeing too much of any reason why the market's just tanking. Maybe the Omicron variant is much worse than they expected, but again, I don't see anything that's forcing the market down like it is. Oil 66.77. We've talked about this numerous times, basically for the whole entire year. That's our land in the sand. It looks like we are path of least resistance down to 66.77. Chevron. Again, if I would honestly say Chevron would be doing great, but oil's down $2.69 before the market opens. So it looks like this will probably fire short. And, once we kind of break past this 113, maybe 110, we'll find some support. That brings us back to the November 19 low. But right now, like I said, it's kind of hard to tell because the market's down 1.5% basically before you guys are waking up, and I've literally watched it just crash from 20 points to 40 points to 60 points while I've been making these videos, and usually it's not doing that, right? We might get a small drop, but this is massive all before you guys are even awake. Exxon Mobil, again, it looks perfect right here. Like we'd have a nice little bounce if I didn't know that the market was basically crashed. So again, from here, maybe 58.61, and we can find some more support. Just don't forget, Friday we are closed. Friday will be Christmas, so it's, again, just watch out. TTE, we got total. It's kind of the same story. Where do I see? Where's our 19th low? Right down here. It's a 45. If we keep crashing, then I see maybe we come back down to this 47.22. And if we do get down there, I would be a buyer, depending on how the market's going, right? If the market just looks like it's just free falling, which it already has, then I'd be very skeptical. Excuse me. But if we can kind of stabilize and we get down to maybe this 47.22 and the market stabilizes, I'd be a big buyer. Royal Dutch Shell. Yeah, this already looks kind of ugly. We've consistently made lower lows. Basically right here. Of all of them that we've looked at thus far, which is Chevron, Exxon, and Total, Royal Dutch Shell probably looks the worst. We're closest to our break point, and I would have to say, let's go back a little bit further. I don't see us coming all the way down to the 39, but I do see we break this 0% right here, and then start putting on some shorts. ENI, what's going on? Let's try BP. All right. Again, I mean, we're making lower lows. It looks like we're gonna buck the trend right here. But again, with the rest of the market down 57 points, I see path of least resistance probably down to this 2605, and at that point in time, I would be a buyer, just short-term buyer, honestly, because if we break that, then down to the 2484 would be target. We got BP. Yeah, looking like we're going to 25.79. If we give up Wednesday's, Wednesday, we give up Wednesday's low, which was the 2603, and 25.79 would be target, with the next target more down to our teal line, not a little, maybe at this extension, but the teal line is something that we drew, so I would see us hitting the teal line probably more. Oops. MMP. MMP is just been hammered. Looks like path of least resistance is probably down to the 4. Hold on, let me get rid of this. Looks like path of least resistance is down to the 41.16. Again, if I didn't know the market was already down $2.54, then I would say this is probably a good buy. But since with the knowledge knowing, then it looks like we're probably try to retest this 41.16. KMI, little the same, but we're already below the 50%, or yeah, the 50% of the move. So really 1483 would probably be target. I don't see us going down to 1375. We do have a lot of support before 1375, as we haven't been 1375 since February. So I wouldn't be surprised. Don't forget, we still do have a rally that, the Christmas rally that might just pop out of nowhere. So even though we're down 100 point or 50 point, 60 points today, it might reverse on us immediately and give us our Christmas rally, even though we're already 200 points off of the low, or off the high, excuse me. Valero, more or less the same. I mean, if we can hold this 6706, I'd be pretty surprised, but it is one of our numbers that we constructed. Where do we find more support? Yeah, down to the 6181 is our last little main support, especially if we break all this support right here. If we break that support over here, then 6181 would be next target. And crazily, absolutely ridiculous, Sunoco did pretty well on Friday, right? I mean, they've just been hammered, but then, the day that you would think that, they might not be very well, they did pretty well. So, but with the knowledge that I have, knowing that we're down $2.47, I would say, 36.79 would the retest Wednesday's low. If we cannot retest Wednesday's low, then look for this as its turning point, and let's look for it to gradually go higher. Again, if we cannot break Wednesday's low, out of all of the stocks that I've seen this far, so I've gone through 30 of them, Sunoco looks the best. Well, send some of your utilities. Utilities look pretty good too.